Hey everybody, Brownon here from Ida Hockey, joined with Nick, who's the product manager of protective head and face protection at CCM. We are here at your headquarters in Montreal with your CCM Next Protective Line. An incredible option for that casual recreational player, maybe that player who's new to the game and looking to get set up from head to toe for the first time. So let's go through this line and what about the fit profile? How does it fit on the body? And yeah, we'll start there.
So basically the reason this whole line started off by we wanted to design a line that really fits for that next generation of hockey players. So that's really important that when we're building this line is that we're trying to get to make hockey more affordable. We're trying to make hockey more reachable around the world as well. And I think our great Next line is a great way to approach that for this level of, for this type of player that's either starting out or a player like myself that just plays in garage leagues over the weekend that's just looking for nice comfortable gear to make him, to protect them during play.
Right on. So you mentioned at a line that's more affordable, but you didn't sacrifice protection for them. They're still getting well protected. So let's start off with the glove, and yeah, let's walk through that.
So again, when we're talking about CCM, I think it's really important to know that we take protection level very seriously. So when we're launching these products, we really have the research and the development behind that really goes to make sure that this gear is adequately protected for that level of play. So when we're talking about this glove, our great Next glove, we're talking about some soft PU foams that are really great to absorb that level of impact behind the hand. We've got a nice little reinforced palm on the front hand to make sure that that glove can actually last a long time, because we know when you're buying these products, right, you're not buying them for a couple months. You want these products to last. So when we put the innovation behind these products, we're making sure that they're durable for a long time.
Amazing. How would you describe that fit profile with the Next glove?
So I would consider it a nice soft and tapered glove. So it's not going to sit as tight as a Jet Speed. I have it at like a nice little halfway point, closer to the Jet Speed rather than Tax. Okay. So it's going to sit nice and comfortable in your hand, and we've got a bunch of little soft comfort foams behind the hand to make sure that it's nice and welcoming when you're putting that when you're trying it for the first time.
And I'm loving the protection that they're getting as well. What kind of foams and protection did you use?
So when we're talking about our foams, we got our PU foams in the back that are really great to absorb that impact energy. And around the finger, same thing. We got our nice little plastic insert that makes sure that your hands are actually protected from all those slashes around the finger area.
Right, because even if you're playing casual hockey, you're still going to get that player who has that stick check or a puck that deflects up into the hand.
Absolutely. Right? So we need to make sure that when these guys are stepping on the ice, and remember, some of these players aren't that experienced, right? So they'll be exposed in positions that they're not supposed to be in, or maybe overexposed. So we really got to work hard to make sure that they're covered all around.
Now let's get into the elbow pad. Incredible fit right out of the box. Staying locked on the arm. Loving the design this year. So could you walk us through the protection?
Absolutely. So when we're talking about the elbow pad, I think the first thing that we can notice is that there's a nice little comfort donut inside. So we have a nice little area for that elbow to sit nice and tightly to make sure that when they're playing, the protection level is covered all game long, because your elbow's staying nice and locked inside the elbow. What's really important too is that even though we're talking about an entry-level product, we still have a nice little forearm guard. So as you mentioned, even though the recreational player or more of an older player, he or she still needs that great level of protection on the forearm, regardless of what level of play that we're at.
That's one of the key impact areas as well.
Absolutely.
How about the shin guard? Incredible fit and wrap too on this. Could you walk us through the shin guard?
For sure. So when we're looking at our shin guard, what's important to highlight is that as we're known, right, for CCM for protection, we really worked hard at bringing these great innovations to lower price points. So when we're looking at our shin guard, we have our nice little JDP protection on the shin. So when we're talking about meaningful innovations, we're bringing them to a more affordable price, because we know that, recreational players, they're going to fall on the ice, right? They're going to hit their knees around. So we need to make sure that when they're falling, they're adequately covered. And with JDP, what's really great about this technology is that it'll basically disperse the impact energy around the knee joint to make sure that when you're falling on the ice, your knee isn't taking the majority of that impact. It's actually spreading the load around the knee or over that area.
And how about you finish off with the strapping system and the liner, which is super unique?
Absolutely. So what's really great about the strapping system is that for these recreational players, we want to give as much landing zone for these players to have, and also make sure that this Velcro really sits tight on that leg, because we really want to make sure that when these players are actually getting dressed, right, it's as easy as it can be, because maybe they're not absolutely used to putting the gear on, or they're just kind of lazy and just trying to put it on as fast as possible. We really want to make sure that the gear is actually really easy to put on. And you had a great point about the liner, right? So what we thought about is like bringing technologies that are on the higher end models and bringing them over to our entry level price point. We're looking at our nice removable comfort liner. So when you finish your game, we're all talking about air tech on all our other products. Well, we're trying to bring some of these technologies to our more entry level products. So when you finish your game, you can actually air out your gear to make sure it's ready to go next week or tomorrow night.
And how about the shoulder pad? I love the design there, ton of protection and comfort for the player. So can you walk us through the shoulder pad?
Absolutely. So when we're talking about the shoulder pad, we're going to be more towards a more traditionally built shoulder pad, but that doesn't discount the fact that it still has very good competitive level protection, right? So when we're designing this gear, we're making sure that A, it's lightweight for those players, because we don't want them to be heavy and bogged down when they're on the ice. And two, we still want to make sure it's comfortable and fits really right on them, right? Because these players are all going to be moving around. We really want to make sure that our nice shoulder pad really moves around with them.
That's right. And a key feature that shoulder pad offers is that length adjustable bicep, right?
Absolutely. Again, always talking about adjustability. So when we're talking about the protection level, we're allowing the player to customize his level of protection to his liking. So if he or she feels that the bicep pad is sitting a little too high, he can drop it down to a more level that he feels that or she feels that it gets slashed on, or bring it right back up to closer to the shoulder cap if you feel that it's in the way.
And for the hockey pant, last but not least, the last addition to your protective.
Absolutely.
How does that pant fit and the protection?
So when we're talking about our classic CCM Next pant, it's really important that we're sticking close to a very traditional built hockey pant that we're currently doing at CCM. So we're really comfortable with our current lineup at CCM. So we just took innovations that were working really well in tax and jet speed and just made them at a much more affordable level. So great comfort, lightweight, and still get that competitive protection to make sure players are covered when they're on the ice.
Nick, fantastic lineup this year.
Such a pleasure.
It's a recreational line, affordable, but absolutely incredible comfort, protection, and fit.
Built for that next generation of hockey players.
Let's go. Nick, thanks for having us out and walking us through that CCM Next line.
Thanks for having me.
And for you at home, if you're looking to get more information on each individual piece or purchase one of these incredible new CCM Next protective pieces, you can head over to icewarehouse.com.